This is just more my personal opinions. So, Crunchyroll has decided to finally get rid of the human element when it comes to localization of subtitles of their anime in their catalog. This could be both a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing because maybe we can get rid of having anime subtitled by political activists posing as competent writers. But a bad thing because the human element can still program this artificial intelligence program and to still keep some of those subtitles in. Am I wrong to say that I have a bad feeling about this? I don't think I am. I mean, personally, it'd be better if Crunchyroll ends up getting shut down. But personally, I do not. But in my view, I don't see that happening for at least another 326 days. Anyone who knows my political bias, my political leanings, would know why I say 326 instead of 250. You people wonder why I don't listen to the mainstream media anymore? Because of the crap the news cycles pump out on there. And how often they're more than willing to cover shit up. And I'm hoping that when you know who gets sworn back in next January, he exposes the cover ups. And when he does, these individuals get arrested and Crunchyroll gets shut down. And on a side note, this would also by proxy shut down Crunchy. This would also shut down their sister house over at Sentai Filmworks. And then maybe he can split the bounty between Filmrise and Matsuri Studio. And maybe even give Bang Zoom some of their old titles back. And their old titles back. The only problem with splitting the bounty between Anime Matsuri Studio and Filmrise is what the latter basically is. I'll pull it up. I have the app up. I have the app on my iPhone, on my iPad. The main problem with Filmrise is that it's not predominantly an anime streaming company. Sure, they have some anime under their belts. as shown here. Back down. Whoop, wrong button. As shown here. Damn, I hit the wrong button again. But you get the point. But you get the point. What they predominantly do is distribute retro television on free streaming apps. On various free streaming apps like Crackle, Tubi, Pluto, their own app, etc. Filmrise is predominantly not an anime distribution company predominantly. I mean, sure, they've got stuff like the first six dubs of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple, Case Closed, Lupin the Third, Flame of Recca, Vampire Princess Miyu, Great Teacher Onizuka, Magic Knights Rayard, Shrine of the Morning Mist, Card Fight Vanguard, most of the Dayblade season series that got dubbed, the 2007 dub of the Phoenix, Gigantor, Monster Rancher, Galaxy High, Requiem from the Darkness, Go Nagai's The Devil Lady, Ghosts at School, or Ghost Stories as it was called in the original dub. And if you want to look at subcuts, they've got Saint Seiya, Detective Conan, Battery. Oh, they also have Sonic X. Sherlock Hound, ZX Ignition, Gaku in Heaven, Cat's Eye, Brave 10, Lady Oscar, The Roads of Versailles, Itakis, Actually I Am, Lupin the Third, parts 1 through 3 and 5. I don't know where 4 is. Jubei Chan 2, and The Woman Called Fujiko, Lupin the Third movie. And Bubblegum Crash, The Total Crash Collection, and Bubblegum Crisis. Along with Amos the Mask Hunter, Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Bay Wheels, Yowamushi Pedal, Shintetsujin 28, Journey of the West, Legends of the Monkey King, and Slug Terra. But as mentioned, I don't think Filmrise would be a good fit for most of the bounty. What if Crunchyroll does, if what I mentioned does happen in 2025? It's going to take a lot of time because if know who does go after the mainstream media, he's going to go after the news outlets first, the major news outlets first, and shut them down. Then go after the major media conglomerates. If anything, hey Evie, if anything, in my view, if the anime spoils that are in Crunchyroll and by proxy Sentai's archive do get divvied up, I say give most of them the Matsuri studio. And yes, this would mean giving Vic the right to pick and choose which anime he wants in his catalog and which ones he doesn't out of that bunch between those two companies. I mean, then again, you can also distribute some of them over to other free streaming apps like the other streaming apps like Retro Crush or Convention TV. Granted, the majority of content on both of those apps are subcuts. But still, if that does happen, who knows how things would play out in the end. As for this situation, one could say it's about damn time that localizers with political leftist agendas in terms of the human element are gone. But if they get control of those programs to continue their manipulations of subcuts, yeah, that's true, Evie. But still, I'm more worried about if those double checks lead to the continuation of this political and cultural appropriation of the titles. And for those wondering, no, this is not going in the I Stand with Vic catalog. But this is going in the film and animation category. That said, do I have a right to be nervous about this? I think I do. And all I can say is the sooner the human element localizers are held accountable for their stupidity and doubling down on on this woke crap, the better. If they're even reading the political climate shift, they realize people are getting fed up with woke doctrine. People don't want woke bullshit anymore. The critical point will be reached soon enough. We're just a little more than 8 months out from the general election. 8 more months, and maybe wokeness can finally meet its death. But who knows how things will play out between now and November the 5th. But for now, we can at least take some solace that Crunchyroll is at least experimenting with this. Though, granted, I wouldn't take too much. Between you and me, I wouldn't take too much, as I'm pretty sure they're going to try to do everything they can to sabotage it. Comment, like, and subscribe. This is Message 128 signing out. Goodbye, and good fucking night.